And you're listening to The Wake Up Call here on WHIP, Philly's #1 college radio station. Victoria and Nat here as always.
Hello, we're back.
And we're better than ever, and we have some guests with us here in the studio. Boys, do you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Ricky, I'm the lead guitarist.
Hey, I'm Ryan. I play rhythm guitar and vocals.
My name's Ben, I play bass and I'm the backup vocalist.
My name's Bobby, and I play the box.
And that is the band of Infinity Temple, homegrown here on Temple University's campus. And we are very excited to have you guys in the studio.
Thank you.
How you feeling today? You feeling hype?
Hype.
Yeah, we're
absolutely.
excited to be here playing.
Good. We are very excited to hear you play too. So, I want to talk a little bit about, before we get into your first song, we'll get into the whole background of whatever you chose. How did you guys start? One, how old are you? Because I think that's really impressive. And something really awesome that is in store for the future for you guys, because you got a lot going on with that. Whoever wants to talk, bass player? I know you were talking hype earlier.
Oh, wow. All right, cool. Yeah, I guess I'll explain the history. So for being here since October, literally, of the first semester, I know Ryan and Ricky, they were the ones to really start this project, and just for the love of, metal music, because we're all, really big into, heavy metal acts, and Metallica was one of those bands that I know that Ryan and Ricky really clicked on. And they knew each other from, other bands that they played in. They were, mutual friends for the longest time. And then, they finally linked up and started playing music together. And, from what they've told me, it just kind of worked. Right away, they just started writing music that, meant something to them. And they were really, just passionate about it. And it wasn't until, I don't know, I guess it wasn't until, midway through or almost when they were done recording. And you joined?
Probably 8 months later.
Yeah.
That I joined the band.
So
Yeah, you joined around June, I think.
May or June 2017.
2017. We started that the year before in 2016. So.
Yeah.
So you guys been together for, 3 years, 4 years?
Coming up on 3 years.
Okay.
2.5, almost 3.
Me and Ryan started this band
October.
around, October of 2016. Ryan just hit me up on Instagram, and then ever since then, we just started writing the first album.
It's a beautiful love story.
Yeah.
it's not on Tinder, but something,
So, you guys, weren't friends before you started playing together. How did you meet?
I basically...
Pretty much through Instagram, honestly.
Yeah,
all
we
of
had
us,
mutual friends and stuff. We were in previous bands before and played with the same people and stuff. As far as these two over here...
I remember...
We're the outcasts.
Yeah, listen to Bobby. I already know what he's going to say.
I remember they followed me on Instagram. And they said they were looking. It said in their bio there, they're like, "Hey, we're looking for a drummer." And I was like, "Oh yeah, let's go." So I sent him a DM, and I was like, "Hey, I'm a drummer. I'm from Delaware. It's kind of a far commute from because they said, oh, we're outside of Philly. I'm like, oh, it's kind of a far commute, but I can do it." And I didn't get a response back from that message. So I was like, all right, fine. I'll give it some time. I'm sure they're, looking at other options anyways, whatever. It's not like this is all I've ever wanted to do for my entire life or anything. But, yeah, and then I sent him another message a week later, and they were like, all right, we get it. He's serious about this. Yeah.
Yeah, we could see, his commitment for music. And even though he's, around, 45 minutes to an hour away, he showed us that he'd be willing to come up to many practices and get really tight as a band. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I commute an hour away, so does that make me committed to this school?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, straight up, you're good.
And what year are you guys?
I'm a freshman this year.
Freshman, yeah.
Fresh meat? Are we all fresh meat?
Not him.
Sophomore at University of Delaware.
So you don't even go to Temple.
I
No.
don't
He's a traitor.
So the three of you guys go here.
I don't go to Temple.
Ricky, where do you go?
I'm taking a gap year right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right,
He'll be
you're
here
one of
soon.
those.
He's gonna
You're
get-
you're
he'll
bougie
be
travel
here.
boy.
He'll be here in
I'll
a
come
year.
to Temple soon.
So you decided to just skip class for the day.
Oh, hell yeah, of course.
It's Friday. It's fine.
I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm like, I'm
Aw.
going to go to class on Friday. This is great. I get to hang out with my boys, and it was a good time.
That's awesome. And you guys will be spending a lot of time together because you guys are going on tour soon, or you currently are.
We will be, yeah.
We're gonna set it up
Yeah,
this summer.
upcoming this summer in probably sometime in July. We're going to be doing somewhere from Boston to North Carolina,
Wow.
probably. So
And
about
do you guys have
2-3
a
weeks.
manager?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit of a manager.
sort of,
Yeah, we
yeah.
have help. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So, like, how does that all work? Because I'm picking from, the movie The Rocker with Rainn Wilson.
Yeah.
So
love
that's
that
kind of
movie.
what I'm thinking of. Boys in a van, caravanning around the states.
That's kind of how it's going to end up being. It'll probably be just us, and maybe we'll bring a friend or two along to help us load gear and unload and help sell merch and whatever. But, yeah, I mean, we, just from playing a lot of shows and even before, like, this band and being in other bands, like, we all, have different contacts and we know who, get involved with. And, there's some really great people that really want to help us out and that are just great guys. And we're very fortunate to have them help us get this tour started.
I think that's incredible. Props. Just mad props. I couldn't do it. I could not do it at all. So what is the first song that you'll be playing for us today?
So, the first song I'm going to play, just been released March 15th. We're going to strip it down acoustic today, called Set Me Free.
And is there any message behind it, story behind it?
I mean, the main kind of message just talks about, it's not necessarily the most positive message, but just kind of brings, brings, I guess, more awareness to just, like, addiction, whether it be drugs, alcohol, people, just anything like that, and just kind of, talks about that for the most part, so.
And who wrote this song?
All of it.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Everybody?
generally a collective effort.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
it's like
Someone
one.
has an idea, and then we all expand on it.
Yeah.
essentially.
Every single idea like contributes to it. So
That's amazing. You guys sound like an amazing friend group as well as musicians. I'm very excited. So we can get started if you would like.
Absolutely.
I'll give you this mic.
Yes.
Aim it right down there. There you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
around there.
like that a lot. I'm by far like not into metal at all. I'm digging the acoustic. Definitely consider an acoustic album when you guys are like up and lit in LA or something.
Very much so.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, not that I was pleasantly surprised, because I expected like something good, but it was the chemistry that really got me. Like I caught you guys like smiling at each other and like interacting like as you're playing, and it was such a pleasure to actually watch it. Like it was very entertaining.
Yeah. Oh my God. I was feeling that. Like I said, I'm like vibing hardcore. Now I was just like looking at all the instruments. You have double strings on yours, Ryan.
Yeah, this is a 12 string here.
Oh my
So
God.
it's
See, like
pretty much
I'm.
the same thing as like a 6
Money
string,
bags
but
over
each
here.
string is-
They're octaves.
yeah.
My man went for double the strings.
Because 6 wasn't enough. So.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish I had a
That's how you know it's a good day.
Yeah.
12 strings.
So in terms of how just putting together something that sounds so good, working with the harmonies. How, like, where do you guys even start? Is it just kind of like, oh, we're chilling in the basement, let's just like start singing and then one picks up, or
The beginning process, like the first thing that we usually do is like come together and put riffs together, which is just the combination of notes on the guitar, and then after that, like Bobby would just put drums over it, and we just put, like make a structure, verse, chorus, and just put it all together. pretty
Yeah,
much.
just kind of figure out what like works together and what doesn't, and then like just kind of put ideas together.
Like
If
what
it sounds
riff,
good,
yeah.
keep working with it. If it doesn't, try again until we
Like
get
what
something
riffs
that
would
works.
sound together like back to back, and yeah.
Yeah, like it's nothing fancy. It's just us sitting in a basement,
Yeah,
staring at
pretty
each other
much.
for like 4 hours straight, and
Yeah,
you know,
crossing our
Just-
fingers that we can do something right.
yeah.
so on average, how much do you guys practice together?
Weekly,
Yeah.
I would say at this point. I mean, it used to
Yeah.
be, whenever we could, but at this point, we've kind of just put in the time to,
Yeah, we
meet
kinda
weekly, whether it's here
Yeah,
or
whether it's
at,
somewhere at Temple, back
someone
somewhere at home,
at our
it's a show.
studio or our studio as in Ryan's
Yeah.
basement.
We probably play in Ryan's basement around like every other week or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not trekking up all the time.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much every time, yeah.
Pretty much every time?
Yeah. It's like an hour and 15 minutes. It's not horrible.
That's like me coming to Temple
yeah,
through
it's
traffic.
really not that bad
No.
because I mean, to me it's worth it. I don't, it's not like I'm, wasting all my time driving an hour and 15 minutes just to go back home and be like, oh, I just spent all that time and gas and money and I'm a college student. Yeah, it's fine.
You're
It's
funny.
worth it.
So, what are some awesome things that have happened to you guys since joining the band? Because I know, Ryan, you were telling me a story about, was it the wife of somebody in Metallica that followed you guys on Instagram?
oh,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
things like that.
The wife of the
Mariah.
singer of a band called Slayer.
Slay. That's what I was.
Yeah.
See, I listened to them. So, believe it or not, I do. That's really cool. Did anything else happen to you guys like that,
It's
or?
really weird because
Yeah.
right when I joined the band,
Yeah, a bunch
things
of
just
stuff just
started
started
Ben,
happening.
it's just because of you, dude.
I think
It's
So
it's
you're the
just
good
'cause-
luck charm.
Honestly, probably. Nah, kidding.
Ben's got all
I'd say
the-
over in, like, the past
all the good
couple
vibes.
months- yeah, like we've gotten picked up by a label over the past couple months by an indie label from New Jersey. We now have like a management team that basically books shows for us and does all that stuff. And then,
I mean, we're getting CDs printed
Yeah,
on a
we just had
professional
CDs
level, which is
printed,
really
which should-
beyond any of us because we haven't done that yet.
yeah.
Do you have to pay for that, or because you got picked up, they pay for it? How does that work?
We'll say it's
50-50?
Kind of have to pay, but
It's an
No, yeah.
investment.
Okay.
investment. That's a good way to put it.
Hey, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
Our label's pretty DIY, and we're kind of the same way. Just because the guy we're working with, Chris at Machine Man,
Shout out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
shout out to Chris Machine
it's
Man, right?
it's a small indie label, and I mean it's kind of he has the same mindset that we do, where we've all got to kind of put our share in and do our thing, even if we're putting in our own money. That's just what it takes to make it work. So.
But even so, he works hard, we work hard, and we work together, and we love him. We love everything that he's done for us. He's definitely helped us get out there, especially on the web, and
Yeah.
getting us different press releases.
He's
ton
done-
of
he's done a
publicity.
great job.
Yeah,
promoting
really,
us.
yeah, and we love him for that.
yeah, props
so.
to
Yeah.
Chris.
Was it like, who got the phone call?
Well, so he emailed us.
He emailed you, or like the band's
So
email?
he emailed the band email. I'm pretty sure it was on the band email.
Yeah.
Saying something that basically he was just like he heard us and was interested, and then he came out to one of our shows back in January to see us play live. And then basically we just talked to him for a couple hours.
A
after.
little too long.
That was the fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked to him for a little while after, and then Yeah, that was kind of that.
So what's your favorite part about performing?
It's the energy.
Jumping.
Jumping? You
love-
headbang?
Are you
yeah.
kidding?
When I go to a show, I'll see it in person.
Oh, trust me, it's
you gotta see the show.
it's a lot of fun. Like, I mean, and that's
the
what it comes
energy
down
in the
to.
room.
We have fun, and then we see people have fun in the crowd, and then we have even more
Yeah.
fun. And it's just a never-ending cycle of energy that we thrive off.
Yeah,
of.
it's the same. It's the same thing for me. My favorite part of being on stage is seeing the audience's reaction to our music, and it's just it's an amazing feeling.
That's the most special thing.
Yeah.
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 To see other people
Exactly.
singing our songs and that's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just nice to share that with other people. I mean, like, it's the four of us have spent time, throwing these ideas back and forth at each other for months on end. And then we finally get to, put it out there in front of a crowd of people and just kind of see, what they think of it. And just, even just seeing people just kind of, they could just be moving to it just a little bit. And it's
Yeah.
just like, like,
Still
oh,
a good
yeah, that's
feeling,
awesome.
yeah.
And it's funny, even though we're such like a small band, and I was telling Bobby this morning before he came here, like we have some awesome fans. Like
Yeah.
people like on
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff. Like we just started a thing. We're gonna try and start doing like a street team type thing, like all over the country.
I've been there, done that. It can be a good time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we kind of went into it thinking, oh, people probably aren't gonna help out. People just like
You'd be
you know,
surprised.
Yeah,
no,
we've
a
had-
lot of
we've gotten
people were
so
like,
much
if you send a
support
flyer,
on it.
we'll
It's
print it out.
ridiculous,
And
yeah.
they're awesome. Like, some of these people we're having conversations with on the daily just saying, like, we love you. Like, you guys are awesome. Like, we love that you guys support us.
Putting
You
up
know,
with
without
us
you,
for
we
us,
wouldn't
man.
have the motivation to do what we do.
Oh yeah, it's definitely when it comes down to it, it's all about the fans. Because if you don't have the fans, you guys are just four guys playing instruments.
Exactly,
Right,
Yeah.
And that's for any band. I grew up with somebody who he's more of like a Blink 182 guy, so very alternative. And they have a good sound and they vibe well, but I don't know, when they play, it looks like a big hot mess. and I love him
We've been there, done
dearly.
that,
Yeah.
so.
But
We've all been.
I haven't seen him perform lately. I just remember thinking, oh my God, is he for real? And nobody, and I looked at the crowd and it was kind of like, okay, kids, like get off the stage.
Yeah.
But what was probably like, I don't know, like a wake up call moment or like, we all have our good days, we all have our bad days.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to get into that.
We don't really have bad days. We might have.
I don't know. Sometimes.
That's debatable.
sometimes.
Okay, well, when I think bad days, I think like yelling and screaming. I don't think we've gotten that.
Oh, no.
No,
That's-
definitely
We've definitely
not
had
that, yeah.
disagreements,
Like,
but
we're
that's
talking about, like,
coming with.
playing wise.
Yeah. Every now
I mean,
and then.
for the most part, we kind of just like whenever we like kind of figure out a problem, we kind of just work on it until we reach something that's at least mostly like like a unanimous decision.
Compromise.
Yeah, it's very.
It's a very democratic.
Yeah, very
like,
democratic
yeah.
approach. I was trying to think of the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys have tons and tons of future shows ahead of you, but so far, what was probably one performance that really stuck out? It could be the first time you played, it could be the most recent time you played, it could be now.
Honestly, for me, I'd say we just played a show last March at the Fire, and we debuted a new song that would set me free. That one we just played, and that was just a fun time because we worked on it for so many months straight, and we put so much effort into it, and being actually like able to bring it to life and play it live for the first time to like an audience was cool. So that made that show,
Yeah, it's a way different
Cool.
level than listening
So
to
then-
it on the studio version.
Yeah.
I actually think my favorite was the first time I played with the band, which was early January, where we actually also played at the Fire. I don't know. It was like my first time really actually on stage with the guys, and I've seen videos of them and like thought, okay, so they have energy, like they have a good time. So I was like, I got to bring a lot of energy. So that was my like little chance to show like how much I could bring, and I think it really like everyone like really was like, oh wow, like this band is fun like on stage, and that really made me feel like really good about being in this band, because that was like my first like this is going to determine whether I should be in the band or not. And
Well, you're still here.
yeah, I'm still here. I'm still here, so that's a good sign.
And how about you, Bobby?
I would say I'd probably go with Ryan's pick. That last year that we did the Fire was really fun, because like I don't know, it was just we had a lot of the bands that we played with, especially those last couple shows, we're like pretty good friends with. Like there's a band called Cardinal Sin. They're from out of
Shout
PA
out.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
they're
out
like
to Cardinal
kind of
Sin.
like blues, like grunge rock inspired, like that kind of thing. And we're really good friends with them, and it's just always fun to play a show with them. And that was one of the first times in almost a year or two, or actually the second time in a year that we got to play with them, and it was just awesome. Just to have bands on the same bill as you that you can kind of share that, kind of vibe with, that energy with, that you just kind of mesh with is great. So it's always fun to play
we're all
shows
just
with them.
supporting each other the whole time. Like when one band plays, you see everybody else going crazy all around and stuff. And
We go crazy for their songs, and they go crazy.
Yeah, it's just a fun time.
My favorite gig is probably the Fire as well, just because like one factor is that it's like a really small room, so like when it gets like
Everyone's
really
hot and
filled up,
sweaty.
You
Like,
don't have to bring that many people to fill
Oh,
it
it's
up.
like one big mosh pit.
oh,
Yeah.
100%.
the entire room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And what is probably your most favorite song that you guys have written?
That's really tough because
You can give me a top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so with
Right now
here's the thing.
we have 18 songs in total.
So here's the thing. We have a new album, and I don't want to say. I mean, the track listing's out, so I guess I can say, like, my favorite song's off the new album. It's a song. I have a couple favorite songs.
Say it, Ben.
I know Lost is one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have a song on our new album called Lost. That was the first song I got to write with the band. Like, literally sit down and structure out a song. So that's definitely one of my favorites, just for a personal reason. But like to play, Stranger Within's really fun. That's off our debut.
Better than you.
Stranger.
Way to steal my answer.
Well, it's a
I
great
knew
song.
you were
Yeah, I
Stranger,
mean,
Bobby.
but yeah, a lot of the new songs are really good.
Stranger
I'm so
Within.
stoked.
That song kicks absolute butt.
What's that one about?
I don't know.
Is it
It's
self-explanatory?
about like
What does it mean to you, Bobby?
there's another like finding the stranger within yourself, like
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Not knowing who
Yeah,
you
I'm
are.
like staring at you, like
Stranger
trying, like
within,
yeah,
not
that's
knowing who
right,
you
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stranger Within, and then really a lot of the live staples from the first record, like Prepare for Attack is really fun to play. And then from the new album, there's a song called Awakening, obviously the title track. That's really fun. I'm really looking forward to playing that. We haven't played it yet, but as soon as we kind of get these songs rolling out and, everybody gets to hear them, then we'll start
That's definitely
putting
the
them
most
in.
thrashy
Yeah.
song.
Come
on our
find
new
us in
album,
a city
so.
near you.
As long as you live on the East Coast.
And what are your social media handles so that fans and listeners can reach out to you guys or keep up?
Instagram is at InfinityBND official because somebody else took band.
Give it back. Whoever you are. Twitter is just
Infinity
Infinity.
BND.
Yeah, give us back band.
You should do a hashtag give us back band.
That would be great, actually. Should we do that? That'd be great.
Start a
Let's do
GoFundMe
it.
page.
Never said Facebook, it's just Infinity
It's just
Band.
Infinity Band official.
Yeah.
So we got that one.
Okay, all right, one for
We're
three.
one for three,
Yeah,
yeah.
there we go. And what's the second song you got planned for us?
It's off the first album called Drift.
Drift, all right.
Winds the hours back, and I see better days. Why does the sky turn black? Is this the only way? Why do I go through life having never existed? I look out the window, knowing I missed it. I'll take back the days if I could redo them. fear of being alone reigns over you. What isn't shown is what remains true. Is what remains true.
That was Drift.
We're 2 for 2. That was awesome. Let's get the rest of the album going.
Yeah, straight up, yeah. Let's just prefer front to back.
So what is the new album called?
It's called Awakening.
It's called Awakening, and there's a featured song on it called Awakening, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I know how some bands like to do that.
We're one of them.
Well, that was Infinity on WHIP, the Wake Up Call Fridays edition here at Philly's #1 college radio station. It's Friday. I want to get out of here. We all got to get out of here and actually hit the books as we are gearing up the end of this semester. Boys, thank you again. Please come back.
Thank you for having us.
And just remember where the little people are when you guys make it big. You've been listening to the Wake Up Call on WHIP, Philly's #1 college radio station. Have a great weekend. The main event is coming up.